Hello everyone, welcome back to the Movie Reviewers 100. My name is Scott, also known as CineRam here on YouTube. I do the Thursday videos for this collaboration movie review channel, and our theme this week is Joel and Ethan Coen, two longtime favorite filmmakers of mine who are also brothers, as it turns out. And they've been making movies since the 80s. Their first film, Blood Simple, was reviewed earlier this week by James. And their second film, Raising Arizona, with Nicolas Cage and Holly Hunter, was the first movie of theirs I ever saw. So after seeing both of those, my friends and I were very excited to see their next picture, which came out in the fall of 1990, the gangster picture Miller's Crossing. The main character is played by Gabriel Byrne. His name is Tom Regan, and he is the chief advisor to the Irish crime boss in New York City during Prohibition. The character is not really an enforcer or anything like that. In fact, he doesn't even carry a gun. He is a guy who basically knows all the angles, knows who everyone is, knows what they want, what they're trying to get, and so his advice is invaluable to Leo, played by Finney. Now, there's another crime boss, Johnny Casper, who is played by another Coen Brothers regular, Jon Polito, who's been in a bunch of their films. The two of them are at odds with each other. Johnny likes to fix boxing matches so that when he bets, he always wins. But the problem is when he places a bet with the character Bernie, played by Turturro, another regular of the Coen Brothers films, he ends up getting the short end of the straw when it comes to the winnings, because Bernie is selling the information about how he bets, and everybody knows that that Johnny likes to fix fights. So Johnny wants Bernie bumped off, wants him killed, and he needs permission from Leo to do that. However, Leo is in a relationship with Verna, played by Marcia Gay Harden, who just happens to be Bernie's sister. So he says, "Sorry, Bernie's protected, can't do it, Johnny," and this doesn't make Johnny happy, and he says, we're going to have a problem with this. We're going to have a problem with this, Leo. And when he leaves, Tom tells him that it was a bad move and they should do what Johnny wants and bump off Bernie. But of course, Leo doesn't want to do it because he doesn't want to piss off Verna, his lady. What he doesn't realize is that Verna is having an affair with Tom. So it's all a big mess. This is a pretty complicated story, or at least it was when I saw it. It was like 17. I was like 17 when it came out. So I needed a few viewings and some explanations from friends who had also seen it to sort of figure out what everyone was doing. It's pretty complicated at times, but once you figure out what's happening, it's really a rewarding film. One of my favorites ever. Certainly my favorite Coen Brothers movie, and right now I'd put it at number 3 on my favorite films of all time list. The Coen Brothers are a little hit and miss with me. I don't like all their movies. Some of the movies that they've made I don't like at all, actually. But a lot of them I do like, and I like their style for the most part. This is pretty much a serious movie, unlike a lot of the comedies that they've done, but it does have that sort of quirk, that odd Coen Brothers humor to it at times. Some of the other actors in this movie are Steve Buscemi, who's been in a bunch of their movies. He was in Fargo, of course, in addition to others. You've got J.E. Freeman, who you might remember from Clear and Present Danger, or Copycat. He played Holly Hunter's boss in the serial killer movie Copycat. He plays Johnny Casper's right-hand man, the Dane. It's a terrific character and a great performance by him. He's a very, very sort of scowling, intimidating character. Who else is in this movie? Frances McDormand has a quick cameo. Normally she has bigger roles when she's in Coen Brothers movies, but not here. She just is very, very quick appearance. Really, really enjoy this movie a lot. All the actors are doing some of the best work of their career. The photography, the music by Carter Burwell, love the music so much. Some of the set pieces are really great, involving shootouts. It's a very stylish and really, really exciting picture, and mysterious, kind of, because Tom plays all his emotions and thoughts pretty close to the vest. He doesn't let anyone really in on what he's thinking, which comes in handy when he goes over to Johnny Casper's side. Once Leo discovers his affair with Verna, he goes over to Johnny Casper, starts advising him, but what he's really doing is trying to figure out a way to trip Johnny up so that Leo comes back on top and is, protected as, the most powerful guy in the city once again. Yeah, fantastic film. Excellent script. Everything about this movie is superior, So EJ mentioned their credits, how Joel Coen for a long time was credited as director of their pictures. Ethan's credited as producer, and they're both credited with writing the screenplay. However, this is not really true to reality. These two guys, they've been making films since they were kids, and they work together on everything, really, not just the writing. They're always on set together. They're always working with the actors and the director of photography and what have you. So they really are co-directors and co-producers. However, the Directors Guild of America, which is the union that all the Hollywood directors belong to, have specific rules about not sharing director credit. And this rule is in place to protect directors who aren't experienced or have a lot of clout from being forced to share their credit with a producer or even a studio executive. However, this doesn't work as well for people who are part of directing teams like the Coen brothers, or other people who just want to share their director credit because they feel other people deserve it. For example, Robert Rodriguez wanted to share his director credit on Sin City with Frank Miller, who wrote the books and was there to help make the film in the studio every day. And the Directors Guild turned him down and said, Frank Miller's not an established director. He's never directed anything before. He's a comic book artist. And Rodriguez argued that, he's going to be directing actors. He's going to be the co-director of this movie. So in order to allow Frank Miller to share credit with him, he left the Directors Guild. Now, the Coen brothers don't care about that kind of thing as much. Joel's credited with directing, Ethan's credited with producer, but they're just titles. It doesn't really matter. It didn't really matter to them. But finally, when The Ladies Killers came out in 2004, they finally got their shared credit. Just in time, actually, because the very next film they made after The Lady Killers was No Country for Old Men, which won Best Picture and Best Director, and so they both got director Oscars, not just Joel, which is great. Yeah, if they had to, they could have gone throughout their entire career with only Joel being credited as director and Ethan as producer, and it wouldn't have made any difference to them. They just, like making their movies their way. That's one of the things they said in their acceptance speech when they accepted Best Picture. They're like, we really appreciate all of Hollywood allowing us to play in our little corner in the sandbox all these years and not bother us by making us follow anybody else's rules. So, yeah, they are sort of a genre unto themselves, and I always admire them, even if I don't always admire their pictures. They've got a new one coming out later this year called Inside Llewyn Davis, and you can bet I'll be seeing that in the theater first chance I get. Thanks very much for watching the video. Be sure and check out the other guys who have done videos on this theme. EJ did Intolerable Cruelty, James did Blunt Simple, their first movie, Al did True Grit, and Ray did Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And we'll have a new theme starting tomorrow. Thank you very much. Bye.